Miss Hyena, in case you
Alrighty,
didn't get it. I think you
we're
turned
live.
an afterwards. There you go.
We're live. Well, welcome to tonight's BioDevils podcast. We have a number of guests tonight, so I'll let everybody introduce themselves. So why don't we start off with our special guest, Renegade Operative.
Hey, what's up, people? Good to be back on the BioDevils podcast yet again. It's always good talking to you guys. It's always good collaborating with them and going back and forth on ideas. Great to be here.
And next we have Kaneki. Kaneki
I
is
think
not.
Kaneki's ripped.
Kaneki's ripped. Is Lester ripped too?
Nope, I'm here.
Alright, so we'll let Lester go.
Hey guys, pleasure to be here as always.
I barely heard that.
Yeah, you might want to turn up your mic.
Oh god.
Yeah, Kaneki, I think you're muted.
He is muted.
Nope. Nope, we couldn't hear you.
Kaneki, go to there you go. You're good.
So this podcast is up.
Try talking now.
Rip?
Referino.
This is the most stupendous start.
Yep.
Such
So sad.
Well, I guess we can have Morg go next.
Hello.
And then Hyena, Brandon, and James. In whichever order you feel.
Sup, you casuals.
How's it going, guys?
How is everyone?
I am good.
Well, you all know me as BioDevil Dom, and we have a number of news topics and whatnot to talk about, so why don't we get started with that? So, this is a game that myself and a number of us are looking forward to, which is Nioh, and apparently Team Ninja is going for 1080p 60 frames per second, so which is a good thing.
Good shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Performance people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're really trying to push it.
That's pretty much mandatory for any, action hack and slash. I think that's a good job.
At the very least, I would say 60 frames is the biggest requirement. I could live with it if it was 720. I'd say whatever, but the frames matters the most.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were giving FromSoft some slack about that. How why couldn't Dark Souls 3 be at 60 frames on all platforms when Nioh is doing just that and it's in the same style as the Souls games?
Well, Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 are more demanding games visually.
Yeah.
I definitely would say that, especially considering how expansive they are in terms of the environments, I think that would demand a lot more processing power than just, a linear hack and slash where you're going to see some pretty stuff, obviously, but it's going to be all about the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind it for the Souls games. I'd say they're slower paced anyway.
Yeah, that also.
Like,
Different pacing.
I definitely understand both sides of the argument. Like, some people can point to games like Metal Gear Solid 5, the Yakuza games, even Nioh, and look at how they're running and what they're doing with their expansive worlds. So I could definitely understand where some people are coming from with that argument, but, at the same time, I don't think it's really that big of an issue if it can run smoothly.
To be fair, Dark Souls 2, as much as I hate that game, it ran 60 FPS on a PS4 and PC. So,
Yeah.
they could do it, but it's not their style, I guess.
60 FPS Masterless.
Well, I'm trying
Oh,
to do that
dear.
to Dark Souls 1. It'll break the game.
Nah, man, it's about that 120 FPS.
Oh, Kaneki lives.
Kaneki's live!
It lives.
As I said before, remember that Rainbow Six Siege deal, Dom?
Yeah, we remember. I'm going to lay down in front of a wall, and you're going to take me out executioner style. But does anybody else have any opinions on this?
Well, not every game needs 60 frames, but I'm always happy if it's available.
Mhm.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to have options. I hate the fact that whenever they say that 60 FPS is excluded out of something, they always give a dumb reason like, it's too hard, or,
You
you know,
can't see 60. Okay.
you can't see 60 FPS. Just
Yeah.
the stuff that Ubisoft tried to say about how they X'd out 60 FPS out of their game because they thought the gamers were going to complain about it. It's just very mundane stuff.
I-
cinematic. It's about a cinematic experience.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I did not catch that. It was kind of like it kept getting scratched out or whatever from the mic. I don't know if that's
That internet quality, though.
yeah.
You need sorting out.
I know some people have argued, and before we move on, I know some people have argued that maybe they should have like an option to switch between 30 and 60 on games. And same thing with like letterboxing and whatnot. Like I know that's been an argument for at least the console versions of games, because I know PC can usually do 60 frames without a problem. But I don't know if it could be done, but you know, it'd be interesting to see.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, that is weird, Ren.
What happened to Ren?
We can hear Lester just fine on Skype, but not here.
Huh.
Google quality.
Google Plus, why you suck dick?
Exactly.
You suck, Google Plus. And I mean, I would do these on Skype, but you know, I just don't know how to do it to where I can directly live stream it and whatnot. But that is something that would be an option in the future.
Oh, Jesus.
Get master with.
Next
Yeah.
topic.
Anyways, let's move on to our next topic, which is apparently the Xbox 360 servers are shutting down in November.
What?
No, Spencer said that's
Uh,
not true.
Yeah, that was a rumor that was going around, but it's been debunked.
Yay.
I think it would be stupid of them to do so, because I think they should definitely keep up the servers up for, you know, quite a long time.
Those people still give you the money to play, so can't
Yeah.
really take it down then.
Yeah, like, I mean, we do live in an age where, of course, they are going to shut down certain game servers for games that they feel that, oh, well, we're just going to go ahead and shut them down because we can. But for games in general on last-gen platforms, yeah, I think that they should still keep those up as much as they can because,
Yeah.
you know, there still might be some people that favor those games, and especially since they introduced the whole we have games online only now, that's going to suck for a lot of people.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah, this is why I argue there should generally be an offline option. Even for a game that's heavily based on online, there should always be an offline option.
Yeah.
I agree.
But does anybody have any other opinions before we move on?
Nah. We're gonna cut that. That was easy.
Fuck
Next.
X-Bone.
So, anyways, next we got Yakuza Kiwami screenshots. That's pretty quick. We also have Shenmue 3 screenshots. This is some bigger news here, though. Fire Emblem.
Here we go.
Fire Emblem supposedly removing the gay conversion scene. I think that was debunked already, but I'm going to need an update article on that if that is true.
Stop shaming people.
Wasn't it like they were making two different versions of it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they were making two different versions. One version lets you, you know, be gay if you were male, and female, vice versa for females. And then there was a version that lets you do it in both, for both genders, which it was really weird. They gave it the Pokemon treatment, basically,
I see.
where you have to get a specific version in order to do certain things or get certain items and whatnot, or monsters.
Didn't they also take out a petting sort of mini game, or was that debunked?
I'm not sure if this stuff was debunked or not. I heard it was debunked. I heard that the petting thing was kind of debunked, so I'm still kind of out of the loop when it comes to what's been removed and what isn't. But as far as that's concerned, I think it's wrong for Nintendo to remove things in a game that people are, paying like, because Nintendo 3DS games are about $40 a pop. So I think it's very wrong for Nintendo to do so, especially for people who are looking forward to the game.
They have the worst localization team. Let's be honest. Terrible. They try to censor like every stupid thing for no reason.
Yeah.
Especially when no one's complaining about it, they just do it.
Sometimes it's just more along about the whole preemptive bit. We don't want anybody bitching at us, and then, yeah.
Yeah, but the stupid part is that the people that are bitching are the ones that are not playing their game.
Exactly. It's a sin.
Yep.
A gaming sim?
Get out, Lester.
Also, I just knifed a scorpion to death. I am so happy.
You monster.
Censoring Armika's butt slap was a sin.
That
All
was
right,
a sin
dude.
of the highest order, but that's another topic.
Plus 10 cents.
Does anybody else have anything to say before we turn this into a censorship discussion?
Nope.
No.
New World Order go.
Fuck Puritans.
Let it go.
So there is a game coming out called Super 80s World, which is basically supposed to be taking place within like an 80s setting, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be like 80s action set pieces and 80s video games and whatnot. So for those of you that are interested, you can check that out. This one I think is going to be really interesting. Slain is being delayed because it's being deemed, quote unquote, too difficult.
Too difficult to port, or?
Too
I think.
difficult in difficulty.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There's
Oh,
such a
okay, I
thing?
see.
If I'm not mistaken, Itagaki, when he was told that one of his games was hard, he just made it harder.
I love Itagaki. I mean, a lot of people give Itagaki shit, but I love the fact that he's the type of developer that sticks to his guns. I just wish that he made bigger scale games in this day and age, considering the fact that we do have to deal with stuff like SJWs and censorship. So he can just give them the flat middle finger.
Yes.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
are my king.
But for the topic at hand, for them saying that the game is too hard and they're delaying the game because of it, I mean, a lot of people actually like stuff like that. They actually like crippling difficulty. They actually like pushing themselves for a challenge. I always am under the philosophy that if a game is too easy, then it is what it is. But it doesn't mean it's not going to have any challenge to it of the sort. So I would rather have them have that challenge in there than to simply say, well, we're just dumbing it down to make it easier for you guys. I think that crippling difficulty should still be implemented as a difficulty in the game, so if people want to actually go through it, then they can, like hardcore or insane or something. There are people that actually speedrun shit like that, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's more of an incentive to the gamer. They kept that in there.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I mean, like, a lot of people would be more than open to having, like, those extra difficulties or even, like, game modifiers to make the game more difficult. I mean, if this is a Metroidvania style of game, I definitely think they should make it as hard as possible.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Indeed.
before we move on, does anybody have any opinions on this?
On difficulty?
Yeah.
Can we subcategory this in terms of complaining? Or, what's too hard, I guess?
Well,
Okay.
it's the developers that are delaying it because they feel as though it's too difficult.
I would have
Okay.
let the game come out first and let people play it and see what they say about it. Or at least give it a beta.
I have a good question on this. To remember it correctly, one of my favorite YouTubers was talking about it. He said something to the effect of, how do you feel about a game that is genuinely challenging or just bullshit difficulty where It's not fun. It's more of a challenge against you than anything. The game mechanics don't work, and it's just unfair. What do you think about something that is genuinely a challenge or something that is just flat out ridiculous?
That's actually a really good question, and I mean, if you don't mind me adding on to that, and I apologize for interrupting, James, but
It's fine.
you know, I'll let you go in a second. But like, if you don't mind me adding on to that, like, some games might have a mix of both. Like, you know, just because of the fact that they might have been rushed during the development process, or they had cut content that they couldn't really sit down and actually work on the game, to actually balance it and iron it out. So I
Mhm.
definitely think that that could be an issue sometimes, where a game could be fun, but it has those sections or it has those things that could deem it as such.
I think that the best kind of difficulty is where the game is changed to the point where you have to adapt to the strategy. Like knife only run, for example. I was doing that last week, and it definitely feels different because you have to approach enemies in a certain way in Resident Evil as opposed to just having outright offense and using guns against them. You have to be strategic. You have to be able to dodge them and strike them at the perfect moment. If you just stand in one place, you're gonna get torn apart.
Yeah.
So I like difficulty like that, but when it comes to something like Metal Gear Rising, for example, and trying to S rank the entire game, and you play Chapter 3, and you have to deal with this grad behind an invisible wall, and you have to just tank grenades at him,
Mhm.
that's not fun because you can't touch him, and he can fire missiles at you all day, and you have to loop him in a specific pattern with electric grenades.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Stuff
sucks.
like that is stupid.
Mhm.
And
What
then
he
have enemies
said.
like Blitz.
So I think that having something that changes the game around, that is something that you don't expect, but you can get through it if you really have the right amount of tolerance to bear down and learn the mechanics. That stuff is fun. I think that they should keep those difficulties in there for the people who want to go through it. And like I said, there are masochists out there. They don't care either way. They will play the game on its hardest difficulty, and they'll have the scars to bear it.
Right. I apologize. I think I interrupted Morg. I think she was trying to say something.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm
You
good.
interrupted
I
me,
didn't
you
mean to
bastard.
interrupt. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't say anything. You're good.
Uh,
Dom, you
Stop
interrupted me, you
interrupting
bastard.
people.
I did interrupt James. So,
Yeah.
James, what were you
So
saying?
Dom not only interrupts people, but he shoots them in the back on Rainbow Siege.
My revenge will be for nothing.
Fired.
I do apologize for that. I'm sorry. I'll try
That's okay.
not.
I guess this is gonna be like the best example I can give for genuinely challenging without being too bullshit. Brandon already knows I'm gonna say DMC3, even though that game busted my balls. The reason I say is because if you play on the easier difficulties, the AI is very relaxed and they don't really attack you quite as much.
Yeah.
And their pattern, I think in the hardest difficulty, they actually get new moves.
Yeah,
Well,
hard, very hard
powered-up
in
state.
DMD.
Yeah, so I mean, to me that's genuinely challenging because it's not like they're cheating or I have to loop them or do some cheap tactic to get them to die or whatever. It's just more of that their gameplay pattern has changed. Like
Yeah.
dynamic AI
Real
is
quick, I
always
hear an
a
echo.
better challenge to me.
Echo.
Is it me?
Is it what?
No, I think it was Lester, was it?
Was it me?
I don't know.
Man, it was like probably for 2 seconds. I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, whatever it is.
Alright, just checking. Okay, continue,
Alright.
James.
No, I was done. Anyone
Continue.
else got anything?
No. I don't know what topic we're on, actually. I just got
We were
back.
on the
On topic
difficulty
7, slain delayed because the developers deemed the game to be too difficult.
We were discussing the difference between bullshit difficult and genuinely difficult.
Yeah, like I mentioned, genuine difficult is like a knife only run on Resident Evil where you have to strategize properly. You can't use too much offense against the enemies or you get torn apart. bullshit difficult is getting an S rank on, I think it's chapter 3 when you raid the base in Metal Gear Rising, where in order to get an S rank you have to kill a grad, but the grad is behind an invisible wall. You have to throw EMP grenades at him all day.
Chapter 3, rate of base.
Wait,
Take a
why did they?
chapter
Wait,
last.
why did they make you do that?
Because the grad is like, you know the secret fights?
Yeah.
The grad is one of them in Revengeance, and there's an invisible wall, so you have the EMP grenade, and then you have to use the rocket launcher to effectively kill him. But you have to approach him in a way that his missiles don't touch you first, otherwise you're going to get hit, and you don't get the S rank for no damage.
Oh,
So you
that's
can't,
fucking. Oh, I remember that. That's bullshit.
yeah, you can't touch him. You have to spam your sub weapons at him, and in the process, you cannot beat this challenge without a wig. So yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I did it, and I'm telling you now, it was the most frustrating thing I ever encountered. So that is just bullshit difficulty. If it's something like that, then I don't mind them going back and fixing things if they're a detriment to the player. If it's genuine, where it just changes the game and it forces you to think like Devil May Cry on Dante Must Die, where new enemies appear earlier than expected, then that's something great because I believe that they add something extra to the game that's
And
new
they
and
get a
fresh.
lot more aggressive.
Yeah, and they
Oh,
get a lot
do
more
they?
aggressive.
Yeah, I actually prefer the enemies to, I don't mean to derail this into a Devil May Cry discussion, but I do actually prefer the aggressiveness of the enemies in Devil May Cry 3 over the more defensive enemies in Devil May Cry
No,
4.
I'm going to take back what my statements though. In terms of Dawson is that difficulty, I'd rather take fours because they're a
Well,
little bit
yeah,
more defensive.
yeah,
Because
I
of that reason.
do agree that the balancing for Dante Must Die in 4 is better, but as far as like how the overall game is balanced, I think 3 is better in that regard.
Okay.
Well, on the terms of difficulty, on the original Bayonetta, I found that the non-stop climax, when you can't use witch time, every enemy is immune to that, so they won't slow down. I actually find that very frustrating because it's a gameplay mechanic on you, and then they just take it away instead of giving the enemy something new, like new moves exactly. They quite literally just take something away from you, the player.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
that
can see
doesn't
if they
sound
take
fair.
something away, if it can be like abused. Like if it's something that, oh well, we're gonna give you a modifier. This is a modifier mode, and they detail that, so you can't use double trigger or stuff like that. I mean, yeah,
Hard on mode.
it is challenging, yeah, but the stuff that like removes stuff from you and then it strips you away, and then you have like nothing to use against that particular enemy. That's when it is BS because it's like, how do you expect to beat them without having like 30 or 40-minute boss fight? You really have to rework your patterns in
Gee, what
order
does
to do
this
it.
sound like to anybody that you may recall?
I
Fun
want
game that restricts you from using weapons.
Mm.
Oh.
A certain garbage game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, allergies.
I don't want to talk about how dumb that was for me to sit there and hit something for 40 minutes because the angel weapons are trash.
Oh God.
No comment whatsoever.
Move on.
I think we
Already
should
Dave
move
knows.
on before we turn this into a Ninja Theory roast.
Again.
Before you guys do, I also wanted to toss out there, some companies have this mindset with the terms of difficulty that, for example, Payday 2. You want to ramp up the difficulty? We're going to throw everything we've got at you. And once you've had that much, we're going to throw even more at you on top of
Hello,
that.
Death Wish.
No,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my God.
That just infuriated the hell out of me. Like, I understand you want to make it more difficult for the player, but then you got a particular team that can just breeze right through it for no reason, just because they can. And then it's like, oh, what's that? a particular group, not everybody in general, are finding this easy, well, we're going to ramp up that difficulty even more. We can't have you
Fuck
being,
you, pokers.
it's like, we can't have you playing our game on easy.
Yeah.
You know what I love? This should come back more in games, but I love adaptive difficulty. Like, it was in Resident Evil 4 and it was in Max Payne 1 and 2. Yeah, where if you're doing really well at the game would basically get tougher for you because you're adapting to the skills, you're getting used to things as a breeze. So we're going to make the game just a bit more harder. But if you're struggling and you're not much of a good player, then I like how it dumbs the difficulty down. It even helps you out. It gives you items or whatever. That is a good mode, and I think that stuff should be in games more often because it is an effective strategy for people like speedrunners, for instance, where they might die, but they use the adaptive difficulty. They try to get through the situation as fast as possible, or they can just either. I would like for a way to shut it off and just have genuine hard difficulty where it's not a challenge at all. It doesn't help you out. And I like the fact that Resident Evil 4 also did that with Professional, where that helicopter boss fight, or whatever, the helicopter support I meant, where Mike doesn't help you on Professional, that was really a challenge as opposed to playing on normal and Mike just clears house.
Oh, I forgot about. I haven't done professional
Right, so
in like 6 years.
That's what it is for professional strictly.
Yeah, once you get to that section on Professional, the helicopter does not give you any support,
Well,
so you have to clear out every enemy.
Well, I was just asking about the difficulty in general, how it's adaptive. Is that just professional strictly, or?
No, it is on normal and it is on Professional, but there are some moments where you just can't spam it, which is what Professional does. Like, it puts you in situations where, yeah, you can die a few times to make the game easier, but at the same time, it's like you still have to deal with this hurdle over here, which is not getting enough help or basically getting more enemies thrown at you. You don't have a lot of ammo.
That would explain why I always get to the castle with like a shit ton of TMP ammo.
You use the TMP?
No, I mean, because I don't use it. I like use it for like emergencies only.
TMP is a good weapon, though.
No.
Yes, it is.
When you're fully upgraded, it is, but I use it only for emergencies. And every time I get to the castle, I'm stuck with like almost 600 bullets for that gun, and then I start using it for that portion, because I do end up running out of a lot of the handgun ammo.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely a good backup weapon.
anyways, I think it's good that we start to move on. Torment Tides of Numenera? I hope I'm
Numenera, yeah.
right. That's got a gameplay stream posted, so if you guys are interested in that. Galgun Double is getting a Western release, which is nice if anybody's looking forward to that. I know some of you here are Hitman fans. It's apparently using DirectX 12. So I'd like to hear some of your opinions on that from some of your fans.
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
That's
Lecture me, Lester.
Talk to us.
what I'm hearing is that it increases performance in some computer builds like mine.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's what I'm hearing anyway. So yeah.
Does anybody else have any thoughts or opinions on the Hitman thing?
Yeah.
Nada.
What a bunch
Nope.
of
Cash owls.
Just Cause 3 got a 1.1 gigabyte update patch.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the.
Dang, that's a big patch.
And it fixed nothing.
It fixed it.
It really fixed
There you go.
Well, that would be that's interesting.
That's bad.
Wait, the patch didn't do anything, Lester?
Not for me anyway.
Oh my
Voucher do nothing. So yeah.
Alrighty. The Xbox One is getting some more 360 games. So if anybody's got an Xbox One, good for you. I know.
God damn. Hey, Dom, why don't you get a rocket launcher while you're at it?
He just said good for you.
I know Ren actually wanted to talk about this next thing, and I think we can definitely talk about this a little bit more. Final Fantasy 15 has been updated with new gameplay and whatnot, so why don't you kind of take the show floor with this one? Where's Renegade?
Renegade?
You have to step out to FAP.
Look at your booty pics later.
What a cow.
Queso.
Queso, yeah.
Queso.
What a queso.
I forgot about that.
Hey, Shalvin, confirm.
Queso confirmed.
Did anybody else watch the gameplay for that?
No, I didn't.
Nope.
You don't mind using the YouTube app?
Not
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We can click on that link. Second, I will. Unless if Renegade Fabricative comes back, but I will.
Maybe we should get back to this topic when he's back.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, either that or we can put this up on the YouTube app right here. So.
Let's see here.
Okay.
How do we want to do this?
You're gonna go on the left side of the screen of the window, and you should see a little YouTube icon. Click on that.
No, I think you have to add it normally.
Pause that. I'm going to screen share that. So that everybody sees. Oh God. And if everybody can see that.
Also, remember to mute yourselves whenever the video plays.
Yep.
Yeah, you click the green button when the video starts.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, is everyone good to go with that? With the YouTube app?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, 'cause I wasn't sure if anybody else wanted to watch it and talk about that. At least before Renegade Fabricative comes back.
Wait, this is an hour long.
This is an hour long. What the
Is it?
I'm back.
Yes.
I just had to.
You can't watch this.
Yeah, we can watch it
Yeah.
briefly.
I am back.
yeah, he's back.
Yeah. We just started the Final Fantasy 15 thing. You wanted to? I was gonna say, do you want to take the show floor with that one since you saw this already?
All right. What I have to say is kind of brief, but basically they showed off some new gameplay for Final Fantasy 15, and what I discovered from watching one of Young Ye's videos, I only watched the excerpt of it, but the game is apparently 65% complete in progress. So,
65.
I mean, not 65, 45. My bad. So it's still a long ways off in terms of what we have, but we do have some solid gameplay. And I saw another excerpt of gameplay that actually had them sneaking into a base, and it showed off some cool things, like you can currently teleport on people, you can use stealth. They have these giant mechs. We didn't see the mechs in combat, but we did see what will happen if you got spotted, which is completely a clusterfuck. Everyone starts fighting and it goes crazy. And also, they said that the stealth is completely optional, so it's nice to see that an RPG is taking some steps out of other games books like Metal Gear and turning it into something fun. I hope that more of this stuff is prevalent where the players have alternate options to go and intrude bases and maybe get loot or stuff like that. That could turn into something interesting.
Basically,
I'm actually, you know what? Instead, I'll just let everybody watch that.
Alright.
You know, if they want.
There are short versions as well. Like, I can drop a link in the chat where they show gameplay for like 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes top. So, let me go and find that for you.
Oh, that's fine. I'll definitely update the description as soon as possible with that, so you can read that.
Okay, cool, no problem.
But yeah, so anyways, that, unless if anybody else has any opinions on Final Fantasy 15, we can move on.
More sponsor control, please.
Okay, real quick. You said it's 45% complete, right? So they're expecting a 2016 release for this game?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think that Dom also had the same apprehensions that they're not going to make the 2016 release date.
No.
Justin in the other chat also said the same stuff. It's like Square Enix has a lot of projects under their belt in terms of RPGs. So, in some way or fashion, you have to take everything into account. They have to finish Final Fantasy 15. They have to finish Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And they have to do Kingdom Hearts 3. That's their biggest ones that I can think of off the top of my head.
Don't they have a new Dissidia as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's with
Cydia,
Team Ninja, though.
just, I think there's two more that Justin named off that were like RPG related. So that's like 5 projects right there. It's a lot of workload for them. I don't think that they're going to hit half of what they're going to hit in 2017 for the most part, or 2016. I think a lot of stuff is going to start getting delayed, and you're going to start
Indefinitely.
noticing that soon.
I think a lot of Final Fantasy 15 fans are probably, or just Final Fantasy fans in general, are probably kind of like expecting delays at this point because this game started off as Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
Yeah.
And just
10 years
considering
ago.
how much this game got delayed and the delays after delay after delay, I
It's
think
It is
calculated
now
on
the
me
Duke
at this
Nukem
point.
of it.
Final Fantasy 15 might not end up like Duke Nukem Forever, where it's a shit game, but it might not be a good game as most Final Fantasy fans want it to be. And I'm not, trying to say that in the sense that they shouldn't look forward to Final Fantasy 15, but at the same time, it's just like, considering that this game has been delayed so many times and it's gone under a new title change, I would be kind of worried about it being like an excellent game at this point. I think that they should kind of lower the bar for this particular game.
I think only one or two possible outcomes are going to happen. Where the first one I mentioned is that you're going to start seeing stuff get delayed, or they're going to start taking shortcuts because they're already kind of doing it with the Final Fantasy VII remake. With the fact that it's using the Unreal Engine 4, which I heard is easy to develop for. That's why they said that Part 1 of the Final Fantasy VII remake is actually done.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're gonna start taking some shortcuts, maybe with certain engines. I'm not sure if Kingdom Hearts 3 uses the same, but if it does, that's probably gonna make a shortcut. I think that the perfect way to do it is if you have multiple projects as game developers, just do what Naughty Dog did, where they made 2 teams specifically. One team did Uncharted, the other team did The Last of Us, and then it's like back and forth, Team A, Team B. That way, you don't have to worry about, this project's probably not going to get done on time. It's going to get delayed 5 billion times. And it's going to leave a lot of gamers disappointed.
Yeah, and to kind of add on to that, I know Bethesda does this thing where, they have, different development teams that are working on a game, and they'll, send it to the other, say, for example, they had Tango Gameworks come in to do The Evil Within 2. They'll have Tango Gameworks send in early builds of their game to the other development teams to get feedback from them. So I think it would be really great if they had multiple teams to where not only if they're working on separate games, they can also get feedback from each other.
Yeah, that's good too because if I remember correctly, when they're doing Tekken, the other team actually shares ideas with the Soul Calibur team, if I'm not too mistaken. So they don't work on the same game in a sense, but they do exchange ideas.
Yeah.
Not only that, Harada is on the Soul Calibur team as well.
Yeah, I guess that can kind of help, having a friendly, mutual relationship with these guys. You help me out, I'll help you out, vice versa. That's how it should be.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time that we transition. Bombshell is getting a PC release, so if anybody's looking forward to that game.
What's Bombshell?
I have no idea what Bombshell is.
Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter, so I thought, might as well share it, because somebody's going to look forward to that game. This is a game, this is a collection, rather, that I think I think we should have a discussion on, though. Sega 3D Classics Collection. It's not strictly Sonic.
What is this?
Thanks for the big announcement, Sega.
Sega
Wait, what?
3D.
Yeah,
Where's
for
Shenmue
members.
HD Collection, Sega?
Remember, this is a
Where's my
huge
Yakuza HD
announcement.
localization?
Huge announcement, man.
It's the Yakuza 10th anniversary, and I still didn't get my HD collection, Sega. I'm waiting.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm
No.
waiting.
Dom, you forget.
I just want to play it in English. Is that so much to ask for?
Yes.
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 Yeah,
much.
Too much work.
But they'll give me they'll give me Sonic though.
Yes.
Because, okay, no, do not bring up the little blue shipper.
I mean, a lot of ports
He's a
for Sonic the
bark.
Hedgehog 1 that you could easily emulate and buy.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy all over the place now. So what's the point of keep releasing on the same platform?
Exactly. I'm just.
Mm.
At the very least, I will say that the collection, it's nice that it's not strictly focused on Sonic. I think there's like stuff like Golden Axe and Crazy Taxi on there, so, you know, it's just nice to see that, but at the same time, it's just like, where are all these other collections that people are asking, or other collections, or just other games that people are asking for to get either localized or to get made?
Alright. Yeah, still
Somewhere.
waiting for that Fantasy Star though. Just saying.
Where's PSO2?
I need my Fantasy Star.
Actually, it's either that or I really liked Phantasy Star Universe. I wish they kind of made a sequel to that at some
I
point.
really like the handhelds, especially the second game.
It shut
Which the
down.
updated version didn't even get localized.
Did it?
No, the handhelds, the second version that got updated never came to the US.
Oh my, that needs to change.
That and Valkyrie Chronicles 3. That never came to the West.
Oh, we might end up getting it since we do have Valkyria Chronicles HD coming, which we are going to talk about later.
Right.
But anyways, does anybody else have anything to say about this?
Fuck you, Sega.
Cackles next.
Fuck your huge announcement.
Stop jerking off Sonic. Stop, he's already dead.
Well, they're
He's
faggots.
let him go.
Can we get that quoted later, please?
Yes.
Well, James, they're faggots. What are you supposed to do?
That's a good point.
Alrighty. Up next, we have a developer is saying that the PS2 emulation for PS4 will fail. I actually want to hear some of your thoughts on that.
Wait.
Who
I
cares?
agree.
How is it going to fail exactly?
I don't care.
I agree because of Sony's bullshit pricing.
Exactly. It's not $15.
I
Like GTA on the PS3 PS2 Classics costs like what, $10, while the one on PS4 costs $15.
yeah, some of the games. Cost
Not only
even cheaper
that,
than
I could get the better version now, the HD version. So there's no point for me buying the PS2 emulation.
Okay, I zoned out for a second. What was the topic again?
A developer says,
Bless you.
bless you, Mark. A developer says that the PS2 emulation on PS4 will fail.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree because
Yeah.
it's too expensive. If you have a gaming PC, well, there's no need to go back and emulate those games because you can go ahead and emulate them for free on good programs.
The free C.
Yeah, and if you have a PS2 still working, which you could probably get one off Amazon, you can go back and you can play your classic games without any of the bullshit or paying $14 for them again if you still have those games physically. So, yeah. I don't, personally for me, I have a PS2, I have a PC. I don't see any reason to get anything off the classic store. Why would I get anything off of there when I could perfectly emulate on my computer 60 FPS, 1080p?
Right.
What he
Master
said.
race though.
Yeah.
To,
Yep.
to add on.
My main thing was the pricing is too much.
Yeah, $14? Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Yep.
to add on to that, you know, it's like I agree to an extent. Like it, on the one hand, it's nice to see that the games are coming on there. They should have been on there in the first place, but when you look at the pricing and just the fact that you can't even put your physical PS2 discs, that's an issue. But at the same time, you could get like PC versions of those games on there. We've seen like Final Fantasy VII, the PC version for that,
Yeah.
get converted over to the PS4. So, I want to like kind of be mutual on it. Like, I see where it could fail, but at the same time, I can see some of the benefits of having it the way that it is right now.
Okay, I put another good question towards this. What what in their right mind were they thinking when they did PS2 classics on PS like the PS3, and
Mhm.
then they did this PS2 the PS4 thing, and it's like, okay, they're gonna be someone in the mindset where it's like I already bought Grand Theft Auto Vice City for $10 or something on PS3. Now I have to rebuy it again just to have it at 60 FPS, 1080p, and able to stream it. It's like, yeah, I can see the perks, but I already have the game on another legacy system, so why am I going to
Yeah.
buy it again when there's two legacy systems that I have, and I have both games on the same system, and I'm going to actually go and buy it a third time? I just might as
Yeah.
well emulate on PC at this rate.
And I totally see where you're coming from with that. Like,
Yeah.
this is also kind of going into the issue of, well, Sony should have had your digital download transfer over to the PS4. Like, even if they said that the PlayStation 4 wasn't going to be backwards compatible, which it's not, it has emulation. We should have been able to download, like all of our PS3 downloads, whether it be video games or just, backgrounds and things of that nature, because it's on our purchase history. So why should we have to pay for something that we've already bought?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I don't see why they have this service already in terms of PS2 Classics, and it is actually lacking certain individual games that they haven't brought over yet. To me, it just seems like a bait and switch because, again, it's not properly applied, and they don't have PS1 Classics. So even if someone who doesn't have a PS3 or like PS1, for instance, if they don't have those games, then why is it not on the PS4? And how are they going to play them? It's like that's their only option, and they could just go and get an old system and pay less for it.
Yeah.
We may give Microsoft a lot of crap, but give credit where credit is due. They're doing their backwards compatibility better.
Yeah.
It should be a day one thing like Nintendo.
But
Nintendo did backwards compatibility day one, but that's
I have the exact answer to this. To be honest, I think this would be the reason.
uh, oh my god.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Microsoft's backwards compatibility thing also enable the disk use?
This is
Yes.
how it worked. If you had, I believe, if you had the disc, all you had to do is if the game was on the compatibility list, you just needed to go and download that game, and it's free. That's it. Like you don't have to pay extra for it.
So you just put in the disk and it downloads as a digital game then?
Yeah, so I don't see why Sony doesn't practice that option if they can't and all else
Because
fails.
Sony is, I said Sony by accident. Sony is stubborn, especially Yoshida, who won't take backwards compatibility.
Speaking of Yoshida, he straight up said no. He straight up said no, there will not be any PS3 games compatible with this on PS4.
Yeah, I think that's a very stubborn mindset, especially considering that, when you have, because there are some people that are just loyal to the brand, and it's like when you kind of alienate those people who, stood by you for, I think it's been 25 years since the PlayStation brand has been out.
Yeah.
So it's like when you consider 25 years of that, even if you didn't have all three consoles previous to the PlayStation 4 be compatible with it, at the very least you could have had the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 2 be backwards compatible with the console.
Or
Especially
just give
since
us
the PS2 parts cost next to nothing these days.
or give us some disc recognizing system where you don't even have to make the game play. Just as soon as you pop the disc in, boom, you can just download it digitally, no problem. Because these games are not that huge, so and they're PS2 games anyway, so it's not going to be that much of a big deal.
But give me money though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's all I can see it as a business tactic.
Yeah. So before we move on, does anybody else have anything to say?
You gotta get that money.
Pay us suckers.
Entirely unrelated, but I am so glad the shotgun is still popping heads.
Morg over there playing some RE0.
Thank God I still have my PS2.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank God.
The holy console.
The holy
I'm
grail.
really
But
thankful that I have a
console-
backwards compatible PS3.
Oh yeah, you still have one of those, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
You,
mine's crapped
you
Interesting.
out.
lucky creature.
Mine's crapped out, so I had to go ahead and get the Super Slim.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I
actually
have.
like, I am still genuinely shocked that the GameStop employee sold it to me. Because I bought it like well after it was stopped in production.
Hmm.
Is it the fat PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
what it is.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one
Oh
that's
man.
like jet black or whatever, and it's got like less vents in it. It tended to yellow light.
It
Yeah, that's what
overheated
happened
its
to
ass
mine.
off.
I had
I'll put
one one time, and that's what happened to mine.
Yeah,
I'll
but I
put it to
can't
you
be
this
mad.
way. I was about to say, I'll put it to you this way. I've had it for probably a couple of years now, and I have not had any of issues with it so far.
You lucky creature.
Yeah,
You
I can't
lucky
be
I'm
mad
girl.
so
at mine.
jealous.
You're so lucky.
You're so lucky. Like mine went for like 7 years, then it went out. But
So
that is a
bro.
good lifetime, so I'm not complaining.
Like, as it goes, I mean, I usually try to take good care of my consoles. I try to, turn them off when I'm not using them and try not to set them down on the carpet and all that stuff, so.
I clean mine like every week. Well,
Yeah,
that and my keyboard.
dust buildup will certainly kill your console, so you gotta be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's another thing. I mean, I always took apart my PlayStation and cleaned it.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to do that shit.
I
It's a
would
lot
do
of
that
fun.
if I had the tools.
That's how I saved my PS2 for the longest time. I mean, well, aside from now, I had my PS2 for probably, oh gosh, 10, 15 years before it got stolen.
Jeez, that's a long time. Holy shit.
Who
Yeah, I've
stole
had
it?
it for like 10 years plus.
Some former friend stole it, and I'm not heartbroken over it. I bought a new one real cheap, so it's like whatever. But
I must ask, for like the sixth generation of consoles, were they known to last that long?
Oh yeah, they were built to last.
Yeah.
mhm.
No, so they were built by Duracell.
They were built by
It's
Skynet.
going and going and going.
Like every so often, I would have to take it apart and clean the lens, but all I would do is just like gently take it apart and take a little paintbrush, like a fine hairbrush, and
Yeah.
just clean off the lens with a little dusting.
I see.
And that pretty much made it last, really.
I just get cans of air and just, fill them out, and I'm good from there.
Cans of air. Who knew you could do that?
I had a PS2 Slim that had the lens stop working altogether for me.
Oh, that's a
This
hard
one?
I
one.
still got my PS2,
Yeah,
but the
and
problem is the case
I
is
had that
damaged.
PS2 Slim for about like 9 years before I traded it in. I have a new PS2 now, but before then, that was like the only thing that I had in terms of a console.
My PS2 still works though, but considering that the case broke like a certain piece, it won't like spin the mechanics. So I gotta like get a new case for it to do its magic. Then I can play my PS2 games again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get you
Oh,
a
shit.
used PS2 because they're only
I
like
just
happened?
$6.
the wrong way.
Anyway,
I do also want to throw out there, I used to have a Sega that if I still had the cords for it, would still function today.
Which Sega? The Dreamcast?
No, Genesis.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Yes. Genesis
You
was
old.
always.
Jess was great. I don't care
Uh,
what people say. Oh, the graphics suck. It was great.
It was so good.
yeah, Sega used to make some pretty great consoles.
I played it
Yeah.
more than the Super Nintendo back then.
I didn't
Yeah.
have a Super Nintendo. I think my cousins had one. I go over their house, but I really didn't think it was anything special, to be honest, when I played it.
And my parents, I posted it a couple of times on Twitter here. They just brought over the last of my games, and it was a nice memory trip here because in the box I have my fight stick for my Genesis. I don't know how I got one, but I did. And then a bunch of Sega games popped up, PlayStation games, PS2 games, Xbox games, just so many. It was so good.
Nice. Memory lane. Gotta love it.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yep.
Always.
I think
No.
we got that all out of the way, so I think it's a good time to transition.
Moving on.
I think some of you are into Fallout here, so Obsidian is actually interested in looking to follow up Fallout 4.
Thank
So,
God.
In what sense?
I think in
DLC?
a sequel.
Oh,
With a sequel, I think.
I thought you meant DLC for a second.
I think it's a sequel or a side game or something like that. I'm not entirely
Probably side game.
Yeah.
Like New Vegas was.
Mhm.
That's pretty good if that's the case. It's good that they're continuing the lore.
Yeah. That would be great.
Oh, Lord, I should have saved. I should go back and save. Then again, it's a centipede. How hard could it be?
Don't
Until it
say
kills
that.
You. Until it kills you.
I killed the scorpion with a knife.
Jinx.
You did?
And then you lose your head to a hunter.
Jinx.
You know what? I'm going back and saving.
Before this becomes a total roast. This is probably one of the bigger topics that we have for tonight. A law that was proposed in France was to quote-unquote ban sexist video games has been rejected, which is a good thing, because I don't understand why these people can just just simply not buy a game, and some of these people don't even buy games, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand.
I'm growing increasingly perplexed to the mentality of, oh, I think this is terrible because this is obviously misogynistic. Nobody in the entire world should have access to this.
Yeah.
That reminds
kind of
me
thing
of
for just
the
people.
GTA 5 thing in Turkey.
Yeah, you're not alone on that one.
Just, if you don't like my lemon tree, stop shaking it.
Reminds me of a man with the Adam Apple named Scumbag Steve.
Stop stealing my jokes, man.
Man, but I mean, it's a good thing that it's been, rejected. It goes to show that some people clearly have some common sense. And hopefully that just sends a message not only to, other people outside of France and the EU, but also around the world who are considering banning games that are considered quote-unquote sexist by
But here's the problem. Everything to them is considered sexist, so they kind of just want to ban all games. So fuck them.
Everything is racist. Everything is sexist. It's all to me.
Here's a great idea. You don't like it, don't get involved with it.
Yeah, if you don't like something because of the way it's portrayed, you can always step away from it, make a logical choice, and not buy it.
Or better yet, make your own fucking game then.
When you make us think about it, you kind of do it publicly, and you get other people involved, and then you end up crucified in the process because there's not going to be a lot of people that agree to your extreme theories.
Because everyone knows it's bullshit.
Yeah, everyone knows bullcrap. So if you don't like it, just don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like
it's that simple.
And as well, there's the other issue as well as people like companies like didn't Shuhei Yoshida make a statement a while ago about something related to SJW stuff?
Was it him or was it somebody else that said something like that? I thought
it was something.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I can't remember what it was, but basically these Japanese companies need to stop listening to the media in America, listen to the consumers that buy their products.
Yeah,
like freaking Capcom and Ono with that freaking Street Fighter stuff.
No.
It definitely is the Japanese devs that tend to fold faster than the American ones.
Yep.
I don't know why. They should be like the last people to give a shit.
No,
I know.
Itagaki, don't care.
I don't get it.
This is why Itagaki's awesome.
Yep.
Mm.
Cause he would have told those fucking bitches, hey, I don't give a shit. You can do all you like. I'm still putting out my game.
Oh.
He'd make their tits bigger or some joke like that. I don't know.
He would do something just to piss them off. Yeah, you're not wrong on that.
Well, considering how he was the head runner of DOA, I'm pretty sure he would have put a new cheat in there eventually.
Yes, my man.
You know what? I'm glad I saved.
I told you, Jinx.
Hey, I saved. I'm good. But now I'm going to try Wesker mode again because that was fun.
Nice.
Isn't he OP?
Yes.
Yes.
He was
Gotten too
busted.
far into it, so I couldn't really tell you.
He's really OP. You don't even need a gun with him.
Damn.
I'm just laughing at the fact eye lasers. Like,
Look
really?
into my eyes.
Cyclops from X-Men now.
Yeah, he's a mutant, so to speak.
He is a mutant.
Anyways, do we have any other opinions before we are ready to move on?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Well,
Alright.
there is one thing. These
Oh, okay.
people are crazy.
Yeah, they
You're
are
not wrong about that.
genuinely psychopathic.
You know,
I tested that.
Actually, this next topic is from Ren, so if you want to talk about this, it's the EVO lineup for 2016.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, Evo revealed their lineup of games for 2016. There's some interesting ones, and there's some not so interesting ones that need to die off. Let me go ahead and check it out. I have to actually get into the document again. God damn it.
You want me to tell you the games that they're going to show for EVO for this year?
Yeah,
Do
go
you know I'm
ahead.
connecting?
Alright, these are the games they're going to show for EVO this year. Street Fighter V,
Good.
Guilty Gear Xrd Revelations.
Good.
Revelator.
Now, this game should die right now. I don't know why it's still relevant.
Don't say Marvel.
Yep.
Damn it.
Nah,
Why? That game is so
That
dead
game died
now.
out ages ago.
I don't know why Marvel's in here, to be honest. I don't know. I guess there's a crowd of people like, yo, Marvel's still hype. It's like...
There is nothing left new to see in that game. Everything technology has been done. There's nothing original anymore.
The same Marvel 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not like Marvel 1 or even Marvel 2 was a lot more fun playing it against other people than Marvel 3 was, waiting to get hit one
At least
time.
Marvel 3 had a good cast, but no, it was
Marvel 3 has a fantastic cast, but the game itself is bullshit. I could go get hit by one combo, and while they're killing off my whole team, I go take a piss and read a book, and I'm still going to be getting comboed.
Yep. Don't get your other team member hit in the process doing a side assist, otherwise you're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
lose
happy
two characters.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Fuck that.
Let's see. The next is Pokken Tournament, which is a Pokemon fighting game, which is
I
really
It's a
interesting.
Pokemon game.
Yeah.
The thing is, how they're gonna work on this? How they're gonna do it?
I don't know. What Token said in the other call was that it was kind of like a dumbed down Tekken. I don't know if that's good or bad. It sounds bad, but
I guess being as it's on Nintendo, they gotta
It's
simplify
an
it.
easier version of Tekken.
From what I heard, the second player they put the way they have second player in the game is stupid
Wow.
retarded.
Oh my god.
we'll see what
He is
happens.
right.
All right. Next is Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U.
Ugh.
Next is Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh.
All of you go there.
Are they bringing all the Smash games?
No.
That's why this Melee is so
So
relevant.
it's just Melee and then the newest Smash?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, is Melee the GameCube or the Wii?
GameCube.
I
GameCube.
think that's GameCube. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
nobody
Brawl
likes the
was the
Wii
one for
version.
Wii.
Was it Brawl?
Yeah, I
Nobody
think
likes
Brawl
that
was the
one.
one for Wii.
No.
Hmm.
Brawl would
Not
probably
unless
be
you
the
use
worst one.
Project M.
Kitty.
Next is Killer Instinct
That's okay.
Yeah.
Don't mind KI.
with
Yeah, it's
their latest update with 2 new characters. I'm assuming.
The
Arbiter.
Arbiter, baby.
Next is Mortal Kombat X.
Fuck you, head boom, motherfucker. Give me my combat pack too, you bitch.
What did he do to you?
He took my content away.
No, it was WB, not him.
Oh, fuck WB
Wait,
then.
what happened?
The combo
Hey.
pack 2, PC.
It's not coming to PC, so they kissed my
Oh
dick.
yeah,
Except on
MKX.
PC.
I don't know why, Ren. I don't know why you would ever dare get
MKX on PC is no.
Never buy NetherRealm on PC.
I know, I was just
No.
excited and that happened. So.
Mm-mm.
Catherine's side tournament, no.
And finally, Tekken 7.
The game that needs a release date, I want to play it so
Oh, yeah, it
bad.
has a release date in 2018.
Oh
No.
no, I can't wait
Really?
that long.
No, not really.
It's just,
Have they already? Is there already like extensive gameplay with Akuma yet?
There,
No.
no,
No?
but they said Akuma was shown off, so I mean it exists.
He's been shown, but he hasn't. There's been like no regular matches, just a trailer.
Yeah.
Let me add something on the MKX thing. Apparently, Mortal Kombat X will have like their tournament on TV.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I heard about that,
maybe.
yeah.
Not only Counter Strike, but we're getting Mortal Kombat X as well.
Yep.
Well, I'd much rather watch MKX and Counter Strike.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I think I brought that up yesterday. Actually, I think more people were open to watching a fighting game on TV over Counter Strike.
It's because I don't know what it is, but I guess shooters are less entertaining to watch, and they're more entertaining to play than they are with an esport.
Unless you wombo combo.
Yeah, fighting game is more hype because it's like people can come back and stuff like that, and it gets really tense. But the shooter is like, oh well, this asshole got shot. Who really cares, you know?
I think it's more because there's like a easier display of skill in terms of fighting games versus first-person shooters. Like, not many people grasp the concept that, oh, well, a first-person shooter takes some skill to get good at, you know?
It takes a high reaction. That's about it, to be honest.
I played this game this year, but Call of Duty Black Ops is the most casual shooter I've ever played. So I don't want to see a group of people playing the most casual game in existence at a high level, because I know that the game is easy to get kills in.
I'd rather watch Halo gameplay over that. And
Halo's
takes
a
skill.
legitimate skill, to be honest.
I would-
Until Halo 4.
I think I would actually want to watch some of that Rainbow Six Siege gameplay.
Yeah, I think Rainbow Six interesting. If it's an interesting game, then I don't mind watching it as a shooter. But if it's just so casual to the point where you don't even have to just get a kill by pressing the button, you can do some brain dead shit like stab someone with a knife, and you can get 50 kills or something. That's just so casual to me.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie though, I do see knifing people with a little bit more skill than most stuff in Call of Duty because you gotta get up close and personal.
I just noticed the game is not on there. Where's Rising Thunder? Is
I
that shit
don't
still
know.
in development?
No, it's out of beta.
Hey, what's Beast Fury at?
That's,
Cheap shot. Boo.
Hey, the guy was an asshole, so I'll
What?
take all the cheap shots.
You're gonna piss someone off already, Brendan?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, bring it on, man. I'll buy
They
it.
say you don't do something right until you have some haters.
Anyways, I think it's time that we move on because I know we are kind of on a tight schedule tonight, but so
What do
we
we
got
have
the Division, which we're going to be talking about before we close off on this podcast, but it's got screenshots for the PS4 and PC. Sega's teasing Valkyria Chronicles Remaster,
Yes.
and I think it's already been confirmed for localization, so I'm actually looking forward to that because I do kind of like the characters from that series.
Plus, the prequel is coming too, so you're pretty much not missing out once you get the remaster and the prequel.
Yeah, that is true. I think this was a question from you, Ren. Was the Division downgraded?
yes.
I say yes because I do notice a slight, not slight, but a big difference from the E3 presentation to the beta. Now, granted, I know it's a beta and all, but still, it is quite noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. I mean, Ubisoft is known to show a prettier version, like a prettier build for their games. Which is it's actually funny that you bring up Watch Dogs because there are some animations from Watch Dogs in the Division, but of course we'll talk about that when we do talk about the Division. But I wouldn't be surprised if they downgraded it. The game doesn't look bad per se. It actually looks better than Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
but
that's what we said in the call before we were playing it. It wasn't as bad of a downgrade as Watch Dogs because when we saw Watch Dogs in their first presentation, look, we all cannot kid ourselves. That game looked fucking phenomenal. It looked so good. And then to see what they've given us, which was this 900p board fest where everyone looks like Play-Doh, then that's just like that's the worst downgrade I've ever seen in history from Ubisoft. So even though that they have it in the Division, the game still looks pretty nice. I gotta give them credit where credit is due, because I thought it was gonna be a much bigger downgrade than what we saw.
There's a problem with it on PC.
Yeah, I heard that the PC version is not the greatest, which sucks.
No, well that and apparently according to NeoGAF, the Division's netcode, it's beyond the netcode for PC. Almost all stats, including currencies and health, are calculated and stored on the client, and the server only just accepts it. Therefore, you could edit it and have like unlimited ammo and shit, and it doesn't like stop you.
So basically, you're cheaping the game worse than Ghost James last night.
Oh yeah.
Again, we'll definitely talk about some more towards the end of the podcast. So yeah, let's try not to talk too much about the Division right now.
Yeah, let's save that towards
that's just a PC warning though.
Yeah. Lester, did you play the PC version?
I did.
Yeah, you played the Master Race version?
Give your experience. Yeah. Oh wait, well, are we saving that?
We'll save that. Yeah, we'll save that.
All right, we're saving.
So participant 6 is revealed for Zero Time Dilemma. I know that's a popular, or actually not popular, but a very underrated franchise on the Nintendo DS. So for those of you that are looking forward to that,
Never heard of it, actually.
Check it out. I know about it a little bit. There's a prequel of it called 999. Which stands for like 9 doors, 9 participants, 9 outcomes or whatever.
Oh, that is such a good game.
Oh, you've played it?
No, I have not played it, but I had watched the gameplay of it, and I'd like to watch Let's Plays of games that I don't intend to really buy because just I don't have time for them sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the story. It was interesting. Okay.
So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, there's a participant revealed for that. Hyrule new, quote unquote, new 3DS is coming out in the EU. So if you're in Europe, do check that out. New trailer for Valkyria Azure Revolution.
Sweet.
Yes. It's a extended teaser trailer from what we got last time.
Yeah.
What's Selvaria in it?
I'm sorry, James?
Was Selvaria in it?
I actually didn't check it out, so
I'm not buying it.
I didn't check it out, so I wouldn't know.
What a dick.
I want my waifu.
You're picky, you know that?
If Neo Tingo wasn't in
she was the
DOA,
best character in that game.
if Neo Tingo was not in DOA Extreme, he would not buy it.
No, if Hanukkah wasn't in that, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah,
Neo Tingo is pretty good.
Now, this is a game that's interesting that's coming to 3DS. What I'd like to call Pussy Detective Pikachu, because Pikachu's a panty dropper. Pokemon Detective Pikachu is coming to 3DS. It looks like an interesting game. It's like a little detective.
Girl like Pikachu.
Wait, doesn't he flirt with the girl in one of the screenshots?
No, in one of the screenshots, there's like a woman that passes by him, but because he's so short, it looks like he's looking up her skirt.
So
no, I thought he was winking.
Misty's ass.
What happened?
Yeah, when did Pikachu get Misty's ass?
Alright, Renegade, right in the Pokemon form.
No!
It's confirmed.
Well, this is going places I didn't expect.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Oh dear.
It looks like a little interesting game. For anyone who's into really retro games, Atari Vault is coming this spring with over 100 Atari games, so do look forward to that.
Is it old school?
Wait, is it going to include those bootleg Atari games that were controversial?
The Atari porn games.
Oh, Custer's Revenge, my god.
Oh my god. I like how Ren knew that off the top of his head.
I saw Angry Video Game Nerd review
Yep.
them. So
Yeah, we all saw the end.
You should know. They came with like a leather case or some shit like that too.
yeah, and you couldn't buy them in the store. You had to get them behind the counter, which, oh my god.
Oh man.
That is so funny.
When are they gonna give me ET?
Well, I mean, if you really want ET, I mean, you could just go out to that dump.
They did unearth those actually, so they're no longer there yet. They did unearth those a long time
Who the fuck would
about a year
unearth
ago.
those? Leave them there.
No, they wanted to confirm if they were there or not, so that's why they unearthed them.
And they kept
Because they weren't sure if they were actually there, but they actually found all the cartridges.
And they kept the game for themselves.
They unearthed an ancient evil.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Hey, not all of the copies were destroyed.
E.T.
Not all
They
of the
need to
copies
be
of E.T. were
destroyed.
destroyed. You can play it still. It's findable.
Ooh,
It is findable. My brother did find a cartridge. He did end up buying it to see how bad it was.
You should have slapped him.
No, he legit wanted to see how bad it was. Considering that it's used, considering that he got it from a local disc replay, he's only supporting the local shop. So I mean, why not? But anyways, let's move on.
He's a trooper.
Anyways, let's move on to some interesting news. Destiny 2 could skip 2016. What happened to? Wasn't Destiny supposed to get like a decade-year plan?
Yes.
So why is Destiny 2 coming?
Because it blew. So they're trying to get a retry.
Bungie trying to get that money out.
No, it's Activision trying to get that money.
No. Okay, Destiny is not good enough to get a sequel this soon. I'm sorry, no, it's not.
Yeah, well, the numbers disagree with you.
I can see if it was, no, it's gonna happen with Titanfall. We already know that. But Destiny, that's
Titanfall is multiplayer as well.
Isn't Titanfall also becoming a multi-plat for the sequel?
It is.
Yes, it is, because they realize they need to milk that as much as possible.
Okay, here's the thing though about Destiny 2. Didn't Destiny just get like that $40 expansion a while ago?
Yeah,
On
Taken King.
The Taken King?
Yeah.
And the emotes are like $30, and you're telling me now you're making a sequel already? Are you serious?
$30
That's not worth my money.
Yeah, that's just.
That's way too. That is way too much money for one game, and then we're having a sequel already. You didn't let the game's life cycle go through.
Nope.
It was supposed to have a 10-year life cycle. The expansions were supposed to be coming in like for over the course of 10 years, and yet you're coming out with a sequel. I guess when they said, over a course of 10 years, they meant we're going to be either giving you expansions or we're going to give you sequels, which we don't even know if the sequels are going to be, connected with the prequels in that regard, but
Well, we have to wait for them to put the story in as like the last minute.
Okay, how about this? You think that plan is going to change since they can still give expansions, but over the course of games? So let's just say that they made one last expansion before the new game came out, and they transferred all of that to the new game. How would you think about that?
Lost is free, then okay.
I don't think it's gonna be free.
By that logic, why don't I wait for Destiny 10 and then just buy it then?
Yeah.
No, I would like to see a PC release.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I think Activision will have to shoot you for that.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
Oh, get the Activision Hitman.
Okay, sorry.
Fuck Destiny.
Yeah, I agree. Not good.
Well, hey, come on, guys. I mean, come on. Destiny isn't that bad. I mean, I've only been grinding for like, I don't know, 370 hours, and I only just got one legendary.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
God.
Yeah, absolutely worth my money.
I see.
It's a joke. I'm honestly joking. I don't own Destiny.
You joke, but that is not.
Yeah, that's not
far from the
far-fetched.
truth at all.
And that's something we're gonna have to. Well, maybe Brandon will tell you. I'm in private. I'm looking at the comments right now. But yeah, that's something that Brandon will tell you about, or maybe Anthony will tell you in private. But there's a reason for that. Anyway,
Hold up, I'll turn on my Steam so you can tell me whatever you need to tell
yeah.
me.
Anyways, anybody who does anybody like what was it, Bravely Default by any chance? Because the sequel's got a collector's edition that's available for pre-order now.
Bravely
Huh.
Second.
Yeah, so Bravely Second's got the collector's edition. I think it's coming in with like an art book and things of that nature and a soundtrack. So,
Maybe I should get that to my sister.
oh, did you like Bravely Default?
She has it, but I don't really know her opinion about it.
Mm.
Yeah, Rob bought the game a while ago for my 3DS, and I never actually played it.
Get
I
on
need
there.
to. I should.
Get on it,
I
boy.
heard it was really good though.
Hashtag backlogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
the
Dom.
bucket list. Is
I have
real.
like 20 games in my backlog.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to count how many games I have in my backlog.
Oh, dude.
I have 0.
You know, I started Project Cross Zone when it came out. I have yet to finish it, and I have like 8 more chapters to go through.
Yeah, same here.
I have 100 games in my backlog.
Oh, damn, that's worse.
Are you ever gonna play them?
No.
I'm going to try. I
Yeah,
might
you'll
get
be
old.
dead by the time that happens.
Yeah, it might be a
Yeah.
skeleton, but I'm still gonna have the controller in my hand.
Anyways, this is gonna turn into a KG and Afune roast.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me get the loop because there's
Wait.
no good burn.
Well,
Let me get the aloe.
Someone play the funeral music.
Oh, this should be good.
Wait,
you
wait,
ready
wait.
for
I'll
this?
get you one. Hold on.
Are you ready?
Not quite yet. Just give
Wait.
me half a second.
Before you
It's
say
gonna be
what you're gonna
fun.
say, I have to tell you that this game at this point should be canceled.
Oh
That would
God,
be sure to
I
stop
know
the
what it
freeze.
is.
Arguably, it should, but at the
Burn.
same, but we'll talk about this.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
God.
ready.
A mighty number of delays gets another delay. Is anyone surprised at this point?
No.
Oh,
No.
This is
My number 9.
This
It's
has
the
become an
Not at
annual
all.
joke.
I just have one response. Let me just. Hold on.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There's not even been a AAA game that's has this much delay announced for it. Nothing.
Except for Final Fantasy 13 Versus.
Yeah,
And
but
Duke
see, that
Nukem.
game is, has a lot more potential than a Mega Man clone ripoff.
I just want, just to go off of what Kaneki was saying earlier, if this game gets canceled, I want KG and Inafune to come out and try to say that he's going to blame the fans for it, just like he did with Mega Man Legends 3.
No, it's his
Burn-
fault.
burn
I'll
him
blame,
alive.
I'll blame him and his shit tier company. Concept? You don't know how to make a fucking concept.
I'm just a little I never invested any money in it, so I don't have that much emotion in it, but I do have to say I'm mildly disappointed that the fact is he still made out with everybody's money. The Kickstarter
Yeah.
was successful, but that doesn't hinge on, him actually producing the game. So as far as I'm aware or concerned, this is just one gigantic con.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he made multiple Kickstarters. Remember Red Ash?
Yeah, he made Kickstarters for like an anime, a live action
Yeah, he jumped the
movie.
gun so
Red
hard.
Ash.
Not out yet.
And at first when he first came out with Mighty Number 9, I think people were a little bit more like okay with it because we didn't know if KG was being, genuine or not. And at the time it kind of seemed like he was being genuine, but as time progressed, it just seemed like more and more of what Hideki Kamiya was saying, where he's just a businessman, and definitely how people were saying, which I agree with wholeheartedly now, that he was responsible for a lot of the issues over at Capcom, like DMC and the westernization and whatnot. That he's at fault. So I definitely see where a lot of those people were coming from, and I didn't back that game personally, but I definitely kind of. I understood where a lot of those fans of Mega Man were coming from that wanted a new game, whether it be a spiritual successor or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would like to, say that Keiji Inafune is just not to be trusted at this point.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
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 The
Super
ultimate
prime.
casual.
Never trusted him at all.
No. No, I can't even trust him with anything now. No, I'm just disassociating myself with him. I'm not buying any of his games.
Can
Yeah,
he be
that's true.
sued? Can he be sued if he were to cancel the game?
Yes, he can actually, because he didn't deliver on the product. Plus, he took people's money that would have been around for years.
And then he's fucked because it's like, you know, he really had this ambition to bring this game out.
And now he's basically sullying his reputation at this point. I think that he better stand and deliver, otherwise he's going to be royally screwed with the fan base.
Not only that, man, don't make
And
promises you can't keep.
Let's
And
not.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Taneki.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Let's not forget he's not gonna sell out refunds.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because he already spent the money.
So if you spent the money on the Kickstarter already, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Was that confirmed that he was not going to shell out refunds?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think he
Yeah.
actually said that. Was it like a year
Yeah,
ago?
it was on his Kickstarter. There will be no refunds or something like that.
And then people started calling their credit card companies and whatnot to try to get their money back. And I think some of them were actually successful in getting their money back at that point.
Correct.
Well, I think that was also partially because of that whole Dina incident, I think.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, that was part of the reason. Yeah.
I think
Um,
Kickstarter needs to get a new policy in for refunds, like kind of like how Steam does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
refunds should always be allowed if they feel that the developer.
As long as
has not
nobody
delivered on
abuses
the
it,
project.
though.
It doesn't
Nobody
seem.
abuses it.
It doesn't seem like you can get your money back after the game's been funded. I think you should still be able to do that even if it happens. Like if they
Yeah,
don't
I-
deliver,
I
there should be an option to get it back.
Here's how it should
But-
work. You should be refunded if the game like doesn't deliver, or you cannot be refunded if you've already got the game, obviously, things like that.
Yeah, just like that. Just like I totally agree with that.
Morg was trying to say something.
Oh, I was going to bring up something, but you guys already covered it, so I'm good.
I do want to backtrack to when Ren was talking about like Keiji's ambition and whatnot, because it seems to me like Keiji has like this huge ambition, but he wants to rush everything, and that's what it seemed like with a lot of these like other Kickstarters. And maybe he did actually genuinely want to bring out these games and whatnot, but given that we've got delay after delay, and then Kickstarters for things that we don't even know if Mighty Number 9 is going to be a good game or even successful at that. So it's like, why would you even make a Kickstarter for an anime, a live action movie, things of that nature, if you don't even know if the game itself is going to be successful? And I think he kind of overshot with that,
Yeah. Maybe.
Too much at once.
Also, I wanted to just backtrack real quick. I was going to say that if this fails, this actually gives Capcom an opportunity to capitalize, because they can go out, announce a Mega Man game or something, or project, and I'm pretty sure it's going to overshadow Mighty Number 9 at this point. It could happen.
Let's be honest here. If they actually released some Mega Man titles in the past, Mighty Number 9 popularity would have died more than it already has, because people literally forgot the game existed. I was one of those people.
Yeah, I
forgot
definitely agree.
too.
Even if they came out with like another collection like they did with the Mega Man Legacy
Mega
collection,
Man
which
X, please.
admittedly,
Yeah, where's Mega
which
Man X?
admittedly that collection is lackluster
Botched.
according to fans, which is fine, but at least it exists. Like I think if people got another collection, whether it be the rest of Mega Man, which would be 9, 10, what was it, like 8 through 10 or something like that, or 7 through 10.
Yeah, 7 through 10.
Yeah, 7 through 10. So like if they got that plus the X games and maybe some of the Game Boy games rescaled or whatever, because I know those are on the Virtual Console on Wii U. I definitely think that Capcom would at that point have the upper hand. But who's to say? No, I think we should move on and talk about this other topic, unless if somebody else has anything to say about Mighty Number 9.
It sucks. Go to hell, Keiji Inafune, and well, go ahead.
Either man up or let Capcom capitalize. I know you don't want that.
I'll say this again. Cancel it.
Nah, it's too far into completion to cancel it, so that would be even more of a sore.
That would, I think the internet will scorn him severely if that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a light.
Just a heads up here. I only have about 15 minutes to spare.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's all right. Well, thanks for coming on anyway, but you know,
Okay.
if you're gonna have to go, but
I just wish I could stick around and record the rest of the call.
oh, it's all right. It gets this podcast gets archived anyway, so
Okay.
We could timestamp whenever you leave, so you can catch it from that point.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
it's up to you guys, really. Because, I mean, I was just recording for fun.
Oh, that's cool. Anyways, so we're down to our last 5 topics. Umbrella Corps gets a new trailer that reveals the release date. I did talk about that new trailer because it had the Resident Evil 4 map and showed off the Resident Evil 5 map. I was not really open to it, although I am questioning on whether or not the game is still always online or not, because they did show off some single player stuff.
Actually, Dom, I had an idea
Yes.
for this topic. I think you, Ren, and Brandon should give your thoughts on the maps and whatnot for Umbrella Corps.
Well, real quick before we do that, hey guys, Tricell is canon again, and it's still
Oh
exists.
no!
Oh wait. The canon thing is at the very end. We will talk about that thing. We will definitely talk about the canon, but for now, you know,
I couldn't help myself. I was excited. I was excited.
Yeah, you mean you were salty?
Like I said, the map redone in Unity, because I don't have an issue with Unity 5. I think people kind of harp on it too much. I don't think it looks like a bad engine personally.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad though, but the fact they actually go into a cheap free engine instead of using their own or use Unreal 4.
Yeah, I do think the village in RE4 looks nice though, redone. It does look nice, and it kind of makes me question, well, we've seen remakes of PS2 games. Does that mean Resident Evil 4 is going to get another remake? I don't want it to happen, but I'm just saying. Oh,
if it gets a remake, then it'll be from the ground up.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's already been reported out by Capcom, the pimp.
I'm just saying, you never know. Capcom might do this shit. You know how they like to fucking piss Resident Evil down our throats.
Well, I will say this about the map though. It does look really good. I will give it credit though. Plus, they did improve the graphics and animations from the initial release. Not release on the showing of the gameplay. It looks good.
I wonder if somebody will do a beta thing for like an RE remake, or RE4 remake, like a fan-made thing, and they'll steal that map. I bet you they would do that.
Well, there is a mod that's being worked on right now to up the textures and whatnot for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, but that's bigger than a texture rehaul. That's like the map redone completely.
Yeah. So
that's completely redone.
So I definitely see where you're coming from with that, and maybe they could include like some of the cut stuff that never made its way into Resident Evil 4 that was put into like Devil May Cry and various other Capcom titles.
See one Leon jump around where you use air hike and help.
No, I'm just saying like some of the environments and enemy types that they never used.
I want
Giant
to see
flesh
Leon.
spider.
What I would love to see is Leon punching boulders.
Oh yes.
Oh, like, instead of him running away from it, he just turns around and kicks it.
Yes.
They fucking like does a Shoryuken on it.
No.
Kicks
The
it.
best thing to see would be him suplex the boulder and it breaks.
Leon for Street Fighter 5?
Tatsumaki.
Tatsumaki the boulder.
You know what? While we're at it, why not we just make Leon throw Hadoukens?
What?
Well, Mega Man X already does that, so it's possible.
Yeah, Chris Redfield already has to show again, does he? Oh, the
Yeah,
guy
sure.
with this
No. Everybody in Resident Evil should have supers now. They should have a 3-bar meter, and you know what? Chris can have like the Shin Shoryuken, the one where he like punches you in the jaw.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, that will blow your head off with his stupid arm.
Yeah.
Man, your head is
Anyways.
going into orbit.
To kind of just go through these quickly. Nintendo NX hints are being dropped by an indie dev. I would take these with a grain of salt. So if you are looking forward to the Nintendo NX, just so that you know. In some more Yakuza news, Yakuza 6 gets an 11-minute demo. I think there's a longer version of this demo that you can see. The game looks great. Like, it looks like they really improved on the textures.
How much lube did you use for that trailer?
Oh, Jesus.
Keep it in your pants, man.
I need to ask, how much lube did you use for the Dark Souls 3 screenshots?
Good lord, TMI.
Those aren't even up yet. That's not on the top.
Hey, man, you should ask me about how I felt about the Kuma trailer for Tekken 7.
This ain't about me. This is about your Yakuza.
Okay, well, did you play Yakuza 4 and 5 yet? You did? You are
Nope.
game sharing with me, sir.
I'm gonna have to do that.
This is TMI. I don't want to.
That's relevant, people.
Anyways, final topic before we move on to our thoughts on the Division beta. Umbrella Corps is apparently being considered canon, among other things, but I strictly want to focus on the canon portion. And
How in the fuck?
It conflicts so hard with the canon, it would not work. Even
how is Tricell here? They're gone since RE5.
This is supposed to what the representative from Capcom has said. It's supposed to be after Resident Evil 6. So considering that this is after Resident Evil 6 now,
doesn't make any sense. It
conflicts so hard that the stuff that is canon in the game. If it is, since it's being considered canon, there is so little that you can consider canon in this game because of how much it conflicts with the already existing canon.
Because they have a map based on the Tricell facility, and Tricell crumbled after Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. And we also had, with Resident Evil Revelations 2 showing off that, Kijuju was cured of the Magini and whatnot. So why that's even a map, even if it's a throwback map, why that's even there is, or how that could even be considered canon is kind of strange. You also have, Resident Evil 4, which doesn't make sense, and it just...
No, that's a throwback map.
Yeah, it just really conflicts. If it's throwback maps, that's one thing, but a lot of these other locations, like the Tricell one, it just it really does conflict.
Confusing.
Yeah.
What if they're trying to retcon?
They're trying to say that they're trying to say that it's in 2005, and they're trying to say that because of this it's canon. But they said that because of the Tricell facility still being there, that exclusive map will have some, canonological features to it.
So if it's 2005, then Resident Evil 5 was in 2008. Like,
the Resident Evil 5 was in 2009.
2009.
Around the same time DMC4 was released.
No, not released. I'm talking about timeline.
Yeah, the
I thought
time,
you meant release date.
the time after Resident Evil, which one was it? Code Veronica, technically. They started going by what year the game was released, canon-wise as well. So if it was released in 2004, then that's the year that they would go by. Resident Evil 6 is a unique case because it came out in 2012, I believe, and in the story, it takes place a year later. It takes place in 2013, so it's not too far off, but it does take place in 2009, officially Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, it's a very confusing thing, and I know this is definitely something we're going to have to delve into a deeper discussion whenever we talk about Umbrella Corps strictly on the episodic discussion. But I do think that it's very, it's very confusing to make it canon when it conflicts really hard. The developers were saying, oh, well, at first it's in 2005, then they're saying it's after Resident Evil 6, so which is it, or is the game jumping around time periods, which would make a little bit more sense?
I think they're high.
I think the perfect thing would have been to throw a little nod to Resident Evil 7, to say that, yeah, this is canon, but at the same time, these other maps are throwback maps, and the new map that we have that we're presenting Neo Umbrella owns it, so that would have been a nice little nod. Because considering how Resident Evil 6 ended, where Neo Umbrella's status is unknown, that would have been a nice little nod to RE7.
Yeah.
The fact that they actually have Umbrella again is sick.
Yeah, that they
It's
have
like-
Umbrella again, and the fact that we don't know if Neo Umbrella's gone or not. That is something they did not establish yet. But we do know
Or the
Tricel's
family.
gone. Yeah, the family.
Yeah, and all we know is that like even Chris didn't even know about them until Resident Evil 6. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff they can delve into with that.
Plot holes everywhere. What can you do?
But anyways, now that all of the news is done, unless if anybody else has anything to say about this, now that that's all out of the way, we should be on to the Division beta and our impressions on it.
Can I go first?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm
Why
gonna
you just
say.
take all the right back?
All right, but I'm gonna say I am officially going to eat crow for saying and doubting that that game is going to be terrible. It is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. I was expecting, it looked generic from the way they showed it off. But then when we got to playing it, I was having a lot of fun with it.
This is what Watch Dogs should have been.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I was actually initially interested in it, but what lost me with that game was when they confirmed that it was an always online game, and I just really wasn't, you know, for it. I'm not really into always online because I figured that once those servers are down, I basically have a brick, you know, and I don't want a game that I can't play offline once servers are down and things of that nature. But to my surprise, it does actually play well. I wasn't expecting it to have that much fun with it. That and, you know, I know this is on a side note, but Rainbow Six Siege, which surprisingly was also fun, considering that they were both from Ubisoft. So I am definitely interested in the Division.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it day one, but it is definitely going to be on my list. I might either get it sometime in April or at the end of March. But it definitely was a fun game. Like, if we go into the mechanics and everything about how the game plays, I think that would be also interesting if you had time, Dom.
Yeah, we have a few more minutes before we, you know, end, and because I know you did want to do a cooperative experience for that game, which, by the way, you guys should check out after this. You guys want to continue watching us do other shit besides this.
Yep.
Oh, good. I think I'm going to be able to get it in time. Special I wanted to do for the stream.
Which is?
You'll see.
Oh no, I have a bad feeling.
I never asked for this.
A little tribute, if you will.
Oh,
Already saved.
Jensen, I know you were enhanced to be a cyborg, but you're not a woman. Stay out of the ladies' restroom. That was my favorite line ever in that game.
What?
Are you talking about Human Revolution?
Yes.
Stupid monkeys! What the fuck? How do you? No, I'm pressing the buttons. No. Oh no.
Oh, I see what you did there. Nice reference.
Yep. So I think we've gotten our impressions out of the way. I know Ren wanted to talk about the mechanics for a little bit, so we'll definitely get that out of the way. Echo.
Yeah, there's some echo.
That's me. Hang on, let me fix that.
I'm just gonna comb over them really quickly. You know, it plays like, you know, tactical RPG shooter, which is interesting because you can find rare drops with like rare guns. You can buy weapons. You can customize what type of armor you wear. But for the beta, it's really limited because you can only get in like certain areas in the beta build. But
yeah,
it's really fun just walking around with, like, you know, you can play with like 4 people, just walking around. Especially in the dark zone where it's like you can encounter other players and you can choose to engage them, or you can choose to like not fight, or maybe, I don't know, you can band together or something like that with additional people. It's so many possibilities to it, and I like the whole fact that the person can go rogue if they choose to kill someone.
There's a lot of tense shit with that too.
there is a lot of intense stuff. Like, someone could literally come up, start shooting at you, or they could be wanted, and it's like they have a big like mark on their head, and you can choose to either take it and take their supplies, and they can choose to take yours. So it's a giant risk reward system, and it makes it so fun. It's like I played Watch Dogs multiplayer, and it was nice that you could, free roam and you could do all this crazy stuff where chasing players was an option, and they also had some limited hacking mechanics. But this is like, you never know where the knife is going to be turned to someone's back. So that's what I really love about this multiplayer, and it stood up well as well. Like, the performance was 30 FPS, but it was a solid game. It was not laggy like Watch Dogs.
I do have to say, I didn't get to see any gameplay footage myself just yet, but what I've been listening in on for a couple of guys playing together, it sounds like it's a lot of fun and intense, and I have to say, that was probably the first time I've ever heard Martin legitimately get, like, so salty that it was like, holy crap. I thought he was having a psychotic breakdown for a brief bit there.
No, he said he really loves that game. He was enjoying the shit out of it.
I was not there for that.
Yeah,
me and Martin. It was me, Martin, and Cecilius. We were the first one. We went on there day one, and we were getting our first impressions. And Martin was like, "I really love this game."
Yeah,
it's really addicting. Like, I didn't expect this at all, because Ubisoft, they have really screwed the pooch the last few years or so with like certain practices or certain games, or everyone remembers AC Unity and stuff like that. So you would expect them to drop the ball here, but they didn't. They actually crafted something that was legitimately fun and addicting. It is always nice to find rare stuff, and that's what keeps you coming back and playing. Like, what can you find? What can you do? Who can you team up with? If you want to fuck people up or not, you can do that. I mean, it's a lot of options there. So I am really enjoying it so far. I hope to play more of it tonight. And they extended the beta, which is awesome if you guys don't know that. So they extended it all the way to Tuesday, right?
Yeah, February 2nd.
Yeah, so it's an extra day to play it. So I'm kind of glad they did that.
Yeah, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I will say that the Dark Zone, I really enjoy that. That's really fun. The risk-reward system that's going on in there.
The fear of being hunted by 8 people, and you're a 3-man group. That was fucking terrifying.
That happened to us today. Yeah, I remember that.
Not today. Me, Dom, and Cecilius, we got fucking mauled by people yesterday.
Didn't we run into a big group of people though? Like, it had to be at least 8 or 6 of them.
All right. Here's where I'm gonna have to say goodbye and step out. And thanks for having me. And I'll send you the video here in a little bit if you want it. If not, that's fine too.
Before you go, you wanna tell people where they could find you?
I don't have any real major things up and going, but I guess
your stream.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at MorgZombie, and I'm on Hitbox, where I primarily stream. Hitbox.tv /MorgZombie.
Alright, so you guys should definitely follow Morg over there, and we'd like to thank you for coming on, so we hope to see you again in the near future.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I swear I can English, I'm tired.
That's alright. Yeah, that's
good.
Right. Well, thanks
Have
for coming on, Morg.
Take care.
Have fun at work, Morg.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Jana.
And with that, I think it's a good time to kind of close off. Although I will say that before we do end, I do think that for the full game, I think there should be 6 to 8 players, because it does seem like it'd be more fun if there were more players, and maybe they could do some, like, I don't know, like a higher risk for having more players or something like that.
Just a quick question. When we tried to find James, did we ever find him or not?
We did. We did. He just never showed up in our particular sector or section.
That's weird. Damn. I think that, if you can't increase the cap, at least have the other players visible, so it's like they can drop in and still play with you. They can just still be rogue if you decide to shoot them.
Yeah.
I know that some people might be dicks though, so I would prefer if they did max the cap out to like 6 or 8 people.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah. Anyways, so this has been a great podcast. So
Yep.
I'm gonna let everyone, sound off and let them tell you where you can follow them. So let's start off with Kaneki and then work our way from there.
Well, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/GoodWorldOrder. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube, which is called Vega World Order. And I'll be streaming with the Cooperative Experience, which is on Twitch at twitch.tv/GoodWorldOrder.
Alrighty.
Just in
And then,
case if Ren's capture card died.
yeah.
Again.
And then,
Yeah, we have problems like that. I'm probably not gonna stream this one just to test it out, have a casual recording. But I will get a new capture card soon, so that's definitely gonna be more streams in the future.
What a casual.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
And
Case
then,
out.
where can we find you, Renegade?
You can find me on Twitter at Operative Ren. You can find me on YouTube at Renegade Operative. I will be doing cooperative experience soon. We're going to be, playing the division. We're going to try to get 2 good sessions in for recording. If I can stream, that'd be great. But if I can't, I'm going to try my best to get the session out. So that's going to be coming out later tonight. There's also going to be an episode discussion soon on Mega Man X. So if anyone's interested in the Mega Man games, they can check that out. I'm going to be sharing that over the next few days. So that's going to be pretty good.
Yep, and I did most of the document for that.
Yeah, Dom did most of the document. He's not that much of a Mega Man guy, so I gotta applaud him on that.
Yeah, I for the most part, I won't really go into too much on it, but for the most part, it was mostly on the business side of what Capcom's been doing with that, so it should pose some interesting questions. But
And just to
anyway,
add to that really quickly, Capcom really should capitalize on that Mega Man opportunity because, like I said, with the way Infune is doing, he's really on the ropes with the fans, so that'd be a good way to capitalize on Mega Man, bring him back.
yep. Anyways, Lester, where can we find you, good sir?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at LOYCU. You can find me on Twitch sometimes at twitch.tv/Nercopo. And you can find me on YouTube at Nercopo or to listen once. Whatever your poison. Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. It's been an honor.
Yep. Alrighty, it's been great having all of you on here. Hyena, where can we find you, madam?
Well, you can find me on YouTube. Just search for Hyena12 and look out for this same face of a hyena. Though I can also be seen in Twitter. It goes with the name Gaming Hyena. Hyena12 again. Shouldn't be that hard to find. There's the face of the hyena there again. If needed.
By the way, you should check out her Silent Hill playthrough.
It's the best.
Yep, it's awesome. I still have to beat that game, so.
Oh, I had to beat Silent Hill 3. That reminds me. Oh my god, that game was so fun.
Yeah, I have to play 1, 3, and 4 because I've only completed Silent Hill 2, but I do.
You haven't played 3, Dom? Dom,
What?
why have you not played Silent Hill 3?
Wanna get this
Well, I started Silent Hill 3, but I started it on the HD
Renegade
collection, and I
Renegade
regret
is
that
salty.
because I've
Dom,
seen a
have you been
playthrough of
playing
it.
Silent Hill 1?
Yeah, I started Silent Hill 1. I'm in the hospital, and I need to get out of the hospital, but I'm going to finish that game with my brother because we started that together.
How sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for flipping out, but yeah, Silent Hill 3 is a really good game.
Yeah,
but
I
do
like the
recommend you
soundtrack
play
to
one.
it. I like the soundtrack. I've seen a playthrough and I've listened to the soundtrack. I really like it.
But yeah, HD collection is trash confirmed. So
That's a game we are going to talk about.
That.
yeah, let's not talk about that.
But James, where can we find you, good sir?
You can find me on Twitter at DevHunterJames, and I occasionally stream on twitch.tv/TheHeroJames.
And you can always find me hanging out with Renegade and whatnot.
Be sure to send him some Fox Girls pictures.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let us know.
those.
Donate to the James Foundation.
Donate to the Etchy Hunter James. And last but not least, we have Brandon. Where can we find you, sir? Brandon?
In the void, apparently.
Rip.
Sorry,
You killed him with your rabies, James. Why?
There we go. He's here.
Yeah, I say you could catch me on Twitter at ArcaneMagic514. Yeah, and well, that's it really. You can also catch me and James and Renegade over at the TCP, and of course other people, but I don't have time to say everybody.
There's a lot of us.
Yep.
Over 72 members now.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great podcast. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us, all of our special guests, of course, from the TCP and various other places. And hopefully we can do this again where we have lots of guests in. But in the meantime, we'll see you over at on Twitch playing The Division with the TCP. So see you guys.
See you guys
Adios,
later.
amigos.
And I'll see you,
Casuals.
motherfucker, at Rainbow Six Siege.
Games likes rabies.